Leading meetings. So number one, we have define the purpose. So a meeting without a purpose should never be held. The first needed is to establish agenda and distribute to the members before the start of the scheduled meeting. Inform them at least a week before the schedule of the meeting. So a meeting should not be only held if it has a clear purpose. So the leader must create and distribute agenda to the attendees at least 1 week prior to the meeting. So number two, capitalize on what group do best. Frequently, committees are charged to render a decision which is reflected by a vote. Remember, this reflects only what the majority believes, and if the minority has a strong opposing views, this should be presented in the report. It keeps the group's attention on the problem. The leader must summarize and solicit opinions from all members. Avoid meetings that lasting longer than 1.5 hours. Meetings should leverage the strength of the group. While a vote reflects the majority opinion, the leader must ensure minority viewpoints that are also documented. The leader must summarize the discussions and solicits input from all members, aiming for meetings no longer than 90 minutes. So we have number three, rewrite the meeting agenda. The preliminary agenda is only an early guide. The committee chairperson must frequently reorder the agenda or consolidate several items into one discussion. So reviewing the meeting agenda, it's about the essential agenda, which is the guideline, and the chairperson should adjust it as needed. Consolidating or reordering items to facilitate efficient discussion. So we have number four is to avoid common tasks. So as a leader, don't call meetings to stall, to shift, to blame a group, or try to create the appearance of the team effort for something already been established. By avoiding common tasks, meetings should not be used for stalling, blaming, shifting, or creating a false appearance of teamwork. So we have number five, eliminate unproductive groups. When a new administrator moves into a position, one interesting approach would be to establish a zero-based days for committees, that is, if all groups would petition for their continuance by outlining and justifying that existence. A committee with a record of rendering poor recommendations need to be disbanded. So to eliminate unproductive groups, it is regularly evaluate the effectiveness of the groups. A zero-based approach is requiring groups to justify their continued existence that can be used to identify and eliminate unproductive committees. Now the last number six, define appropriate topics for the size of the group. In a big meeting, people will be bored with general topics, not of interest of them, and will start finding excuses not to attend future meetings. If the discussion must be made by a large group, appoint a subcommittee ahead of time to bring a suggested course of action. So it advises tailoring meeting topics to group size. The large meetings with irrelevant topics causes disengagement. For large groups needing discussion, a pre-meeting subcommittee is recommended to prepare a course of action. So that is all for the leadings in meetings.